We're doing it.
Welcome. We're doing it. Welcome to another episode of Adam and Kate Plus Hate. I am Kate, recovering from a colonoscopy. Schedule a colonoscopy if you're listening to this show, by the way.
I am Adam, still
If
reeling.
you if you get the references we make, schedule a colonoscopy.
I am I am reeling from the stupidity of the internet and the AI slot political ads that I've seen on my favorite channel, YouTube, for the last 2 weeks. So I am trying to palate
Well,
cleanse.
that sounds brutal.
Not a single Democratic candidate.
We had our primaries and stuff couple months ago. I avoid commercials to a stupid degree, so I'm luckily out of a lot of it, but my God,
I'm not paying
that sounds
$7.99
deeply
for YouTube
unpleasant.
Premium. I'm not paying extra for YouTube Premium. I refuse.
I pa- I happily pay that money. It, especially with the long form content, like it pays dividends in terms of like me not going like when I get cock blocked like right before the good part of a video of like whatever it is I'm watching, because like we got to cut in with a mid roll. It conjures into me that same "I'm gonna fight the universe" feeling, is when like your like belt loop gets stuck on a door handle.
It's
You know,
it's
when you're just going about your business, or like back when headphones had cords and they would get caught on something and rip them out of your ears, and you're looking around for someone to fight.
like I have a new fight song now. It's it's Antibio, Antibio, Antibio. That is now my that's what makes me see red, bro.
Yeah, no, it like literally it's just like they cut in mid word to show me some bullshit. Like I would have broken my laptop by now. So, really the YouTube Premium is an investment in me not breaking my things.
Fair. I when they if they ever have a good deal on it, so my people, I will actually break down and there you go. And, I'll break down and get it for a year. But I watch a lot of fights. Like I watch fights probably every single day. And I can't tell you when you're about to see that elbow connect with somebody or that knee go right to the gut, and then they go out to, are you pooping good? Try Groons. And then like you're just like, I'm not pooping good, and now I'm mad. And now I'm mad because I'm not pooping good and I'm not seeing violence. So what the fuck is up, Denny's? I'm not happy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Start this episode off strong.
Yeah, getting mad at stuff and making a stereotype about Jews. We're batting 1,000 over here.
It's okay. I could do it.
You can.
It's you, and everyone can laugh. It's totally cool. I'm not going to get mad. No one's going to get mad. How
I got a red passport, which like will just get me questioning looks. Just sort of like, "Y- yeah,
is it?
huh."
Is it? Is it read by Hugo Boss? That's
Say
for the
what you want
history
about
nerds.
National Socialism, but they had stees.
That's for my history nerds, my fashion designer friends, all two of you. All right. All right. All right. How are you doing?
I
Let's get to it.
as I stated outright at the top, I am still recovering from um having professionals root around my guts with a very fancy stick um first thing this morning. So it was pretty funny. I was operating on like fully 2 hours of sleep. when I went in, and I was like punch drunk. I was so punchy. Uh, making like true like just leaning into all of my worst comedic impulses. Um, making jokes like, so you're getting an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. I'm like, yeah, if you're gonna use the same camera, I just request you go down my throat first, you know, and what are you getting done today? Well, I was thinking my nails, and then you could do something about my hair. Um, real dad energy. I saw a colleague uh that I'm on a committee with, and I looked over at him like, Kevin. It was good. It was good. I was so I came home, I napped, I ate food, and I am now feeling okay. How are you?
Good. As I partially alluded to about being exhausted, working multiple jobs and trying to have a normal sleeping schedule will fucking wreck you. I went to bed at a
Mm,
rational. Okay, I fell asleep on the couch at 9:40, and then I made it to the bed somehow, and then I was just awake at 4:30, just for no
mm.
reason. Uh, then I grabbed a couple cats and I went back to bed and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." And I woke up, made it to work. But I'm just feeling my age. But I'm glad I woke up when I did because I missed a lot of messages. I got back to a lot of people. I thought that was good that I got back to them. I saw that chat pile pre-order went up for their new record, which is coming out in September.
I
Uh,
did see that. That is dope. Did they drop a single yet? I haven't been able to check.
they did. It is a
Okay.
longer song. Um,
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. It's still chat pile. If you love chat pile, you're going to love it. Um, I don't think anything else.
I I I am a known chat pile enjoyer.
uh, I'm glad I buy that Flenser membership subscription series because I know that I would miss out on a lot of stuff, and shout out subscription series for making me listen to new music and like getting me into new
Hell
things,
yeah.
and they do it for other people, and I think that's awesome. So shout out Fletcher and Run for Cover and Asian Man, and who else has a subscription series uh, from like
Don't you
our
have a
world?
subscription series that sent you some interesting stuff recently?
Yeah, do you want to debut that now or do you want to debut that later? I can do it now. I'll do
We,
this one now.
we can, it seemed like a segue, you know?
All right. All right. So, for those that don't know, I am a gigantic AFI fan. Uh, Huge, very influential band for me. But I'm in the Interscope Vinyl Collective, which is a subscription series with
The most
BMG.
pretentious name.
It's it's like the BMG CDs for a penny club and trying to deal with it sometimes. So I got in the mail I have become the 19-year-old girl I've always wanted to be. I got the anniversary edition of Olivia Rodrigo's "Sour." It's numbered, so that's cool. I listened to it. I boys suck. That's that's what I get from it. Um, it is. It's listen for what it is. It's a very good pop record, but the album cover. This is a refrigerator magnet, and the material on the front of this thing is like the same material coating you would find on a refrigerator. And I thought it was wild. So it was.
That's interesting. That's an
I just
interesting.
I did it originally for Frou Frou, and then I saw they were doing AFI's December Underground. I only have uh, fan club edition copies of that record, and I would like a fully not fan club version of it. And the band did one, and then Interscope did one, and they each have a 7-inch with different songs on it. So I was
Mm,
going to get one of them, and it'll be nice to have that. particular era of AFI, all collected with all the bonus songs. So, AFI content is coming.
Uh,
But that was but other than that nightmarishly, difficult to navigate Windows 3.1 site it sends you to sign up and try to navigate. Other than that particular one, I really enjoy, like, the record clubs. I wish more labels did it. Um, I think Death Wish would be a good one since they're becoming a different kind of label now. I think Closed Casket would be another good one to do it with. Uh, To Live a Lie.
I feel like Death Wish did do something like that at some point.
For 7
Am I
inches, they had a
insane?
7 no, that is 7-inch subscription series.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
But, uh, as I'm shouting out all of Axe to Grind's, sponsors, who I wish would do it. But, I think a subscription series would be a good model for a lot of labels. You'll be able to put out a bunch of cool records. People will get into stuff. If you make them by, like, for the year, like, however many releases you plan on putting out, that's guaranteed that people are going to have something to talk about. You're gonna get a cool variant if you're one of those collector people like me. Um, you don't have to worry about not missing it. So, like, if you missed a pre-order,
Yeah,
you got a membership copy coming, and, uh, I don't know, I li it's ends up being cheaper, and when you if you buy release by release by release, this ends up being way cheaper. Save you 70 to $150 a year if you buy from certain labels, so more labels should do that. I'm a big
that's
proponent of
cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So we're gonna keep things kind of loose. I am still feeling kind of punchy. Um, but di- before we go any further, do you have any other mail you want to show off? Anything else you want to
Yeah,
speak on?
I do. Alright, so to go the other way, let me find it. I literally just had it in my hands. Um, believe it or not, uh,
I'm walking
90
on air.
90s rap and hip hop was imprinted on me the same way punk rock did, and while I didn't get as invested, obviously, this is a hardcore music podcast, uh, uh but a lot of stuff, certain sounds kinda stuck with me. So,
Hmm.
uh, 90s East Coast is my thing, but I like the smooth nature of almost all the West Coast stuff. It's got a party vibe, it's got a chill vibe, and there's this dude named Demrick, he's on a label called Doubt Media, DAUPE, then exclamation point. I found that label, through West Side Gun, Pray for Paris, which is an incredible record. Label puts out a lot of good stuff. Turns out this guy has done stuff with, like, Exhibit, Be Real. He's been on a ton of records. He's got a bunch himself, but I got his newest record, Ooh Wee, and it's numbered 42 out of 100 for the gold variant that I got. Being very careful. I think I've put up some other stuff from this label on mail day, but this was such a smooth record. If you took out all the vocals and just played the instrumentals, you're still getting the same really kind of relaxed feeling. It's just a smooth. It's not it's almost yacht rock smooth with
Hmm.
some with, like, a very specific, like, 96 to 98 West Coast delivery. That's the best way I can describe it, and it's a very good record, and, uh, it's not gonna set the world on fire, but that label is like I feel like that label's like the Death Wish, of rap. They're like the Closed Casket of rap. You could use any big label that we're into that has a plethora of artists that are all different, but all fall kind of under one umbrella for independent music. So it's just a good label. You gotta be fast. You that shit sells out quick, but it is. I don't think there's any bad releases on that label, and I've been listening for a couple years. Not all of them are for me, but I know they're good. So it was cool getting that as well.
That rules. I like that. Um,
Do you have
Sorry,
anything?
I am so. I do not. No, no mail this week. Uh, so I like, did I receive anything? It's like, you want to see bills? Yeah, nothing came in the mail this week. Just kind of kicking myself for like not pre-ordering one of the vinyl variants of the new Converge record. Um,
Which one?
but I didn't. I'm kicking myself for not doing it,
Oh, okay.
is what I'm saying here. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna throw some money at an actual like a nice print of the Hum of Hurt art from Bannon. Something nice that I can frame, because I really like that art. Like the five faces.
Okay, I was gonna ask you which one it was because I know sometimes he's done the song series where it's like a different one. We have a couple of them. We have On My Shield and I forget the other
Yeah.
one, uh, in our bedroom. So
I Jacob Bannon, besides being like responsible for some of my favorite music, is also one of my favorite like visual artists. And like, granted, I don't know a lot of them, but I really, really like his stuff. So I think that'd be cool to get that. Um, Man, the new record rips.
yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Converge record. I'll sum up 100 Demons for you. It's hard. It's heavy. It's hard. It's still heavy. It's 100 Demons. You're moshing. It's great.
You're moshing. That new 100 Demons record is fucking great. I'm a little bummed I wasn't able to make it up to Connecticut for the release show, but um, it it looks sick as hell. That new record is everything you want from a 100 Demons record and nothing that you don't want from a 100 Demons record.
Yeah.
Um, it it rules. It's really dope to see bands like uh I feel like we've hit a nice consistent streak of bands like coming back and like putting out stuff that um is like a solid addition to to the catalog, because it felt like there was like a, maybe I'm imagining it, but like it felt like there was a period where like bands would do like their comeback and you listen to it and you're like, oh, y'all could have stayed away.
Norma Jean could
And
make way
it's,
less records.
yeah.
Something like that.
You could
No,
have less
you
less uh,
yeah. No, I know the area you're talking about, and, like, a lot of that would be, uh, probably, like, I'd say 2012 to I'd say 2011 to, like, 2017, 2018.
mhm.
And I know I probably own some of those records. Like a good one is at the drive-in. And I am looking at that one directly. That Inter Alia, yo,
I
hot.
forgot that record even happened.
You're welcome. It's bad. It's real bad. That's the first one in my collection that I have. But we've got 100 Demons. We've got Poison the Well. What else that we've
Dead
talked about?
Guy,
Oh yeah, Dead Guy.
de-
Dead Guy.
Dead Guy, uh, Neurosis, if you want to count it. I mean,
We should.
I per, I personally would, given like there was a sizable gap between releases and they lost a key member. Um, I mean, fuck that dude forever, but like it's still like you're down a major person in the band. Trying to think of what else springs to mind. HopeCon.
Yeah, both the EP and the LP. Uh, Now granted, it sounded more like All Pigs Must Die with like, uh, oh my god, Death Knows Your Name. It sounds like more of a mix of that, but it's still
Sure.
really good.
Yeah. I saw them come through Philly when they were touring on that weekend that they did. They fucking killed it. That was super cool. So I can't I am drawing a blank here on other ones, but
Open Turmoil's next. So if Dead Guy can do it, Turmoil can do it. If 100 Demons can do it, Turmoil can do it. I demand a
that would
Harvest
be
and Turmoil record.
dope as hell. I'll keep saying it. Sean from Coalesce mentioned in a podcast that they are working on new material, and I would love more Coalesce in my life.
Especially with those last with the Ox and the Ox EP, which those are
Those were comeback
stellar.
records that those were comeback records that nobody like saw coming, and then like blew everything out of the water. They were incredible. Um, super
Oh,
super cool.
speaking of relapse records that have been around about way, Burnt by the Sun is doing the same thing. They're putting out a new record soon.
Yeah, with a dude from Mastodon in the band now, which is wild ass. Um,
I wonder what that's gonna fucking sound like.
I hope it sounds fucking rad. Like
Same.
I I went back and listened when that got announced. I went back and listened to fuck, what's the one with like the white and blue cover? Um,
Shit.
uh, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know when you I know
Revolution.
a 012 or Revolution just listening.
That's Coalesce.
Oh shit. Uh damn it.
Soundtrack to the Personal Revolution.
Yes.
This one.
Move it over. I can't see it. Yes, that one. Yes, that one.
Um, and I was like, oh yeah, this band is sick. You know, so um, they didn't even give a timetable for when anything's coming, but I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Speaking of
Um,
Connecticut, I hope Death Threat puts out a new record. I'm not even the biggest Death Threat fan, but they just had that vinyl pre-order for one of their LPs,
that was
and
cool.
I hope they put out a new record because I know how much people fucking love and ride for Death Threat. Um, I want y'all to be happy. There it is. I want y'all to be happy. I want y'all to have a new Death Threat record.
Man, I went back when that pre-order when it got announced. I was like, I went back and listened to it, and like, man, just really good. And it's part of me just like will love almost like any Connecticut band just on its face, but like, uh, that shit is it's dope. It's dope. Uh, the clips from them playing at the 100 Demons release show looked cool as hell. Um, say that too. So
So, so we need Death Threat, Turmoil, and Harvest to put out new records this year. Make it happen. I know you're watching. I know every member of the band is watching or listening to this. I know I'm
mm.
putting it out there. Just bless us. Bless us with new material.
Yeah. Members of Turmoil, one of the 8 viewers that we get on this thing.
AFI.
It's
I'm
gotta
sorry.
be one of you, right?
I know yeah, no, AFI is another one that had a big comeback with their last record. Uh they came way
Yeah,
back.
and they put that out on, what record would that come out on?
Run for cover.
That is wild to me. Um, that they put that out on Run for Cover. Um, I couldn't remember if it was Run for Cover or Pure Noise. Um,
Uh, either one would have been a perfect fit for them, regardless.
yeah. Yeah. Um, so let's keep the streak alive, and it's really cool to see bands like not phoning in a reunion.
American Nightmare. You guys can do
But
it too. Blacklisted, please come back.
Blacklisted, American Nightmare, would love to see more stuff from. That life support single that they put out that ended up on the Tony Hawk was, like, really dope.
The direct to tape 4-song EP they did. I was like, this is noisy and clangy, and I'm still here for it. Give me more. Give me more of either. I genuinely need it.
Yeah.
Put it out there in the universe. One of these bands this is going to happen like 3 days from now on a Friday. One of these bands is going to announce a new record, and we're talking about it now. I just feel it's going to
Yeah,
happen.
and we can pull a "You heard it here first," and we summon it into the universe. That we fucking the secreted our way into new goddamn whatever material.
All right. So Converge, Hum of Hurt. Let's talk
Word.
about this.
But yeah, yo, I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't have like notes prepared or anything because we didn't. Uh, this wasn't gonna be like a big focus, but um, I like it better than Love Is Not Enough.
Okay. I feel
And
differently.
and I like Love Is Not a I like Love Is Not Enough a lot, but somehow, like, I connected with this one more for some reason. Um, I think it's some of their strongest material. It's really, really good. I think thematically, um, I think I sent you, like, Jacob did another, like, run through of, like, what the songs are about, for this one. And, Jacob's always been, somebody that kinda wears his heart on his sleeve in terms of his lyrical content, but, like, I think the ma this is even a step up in terms of that. Yeah, it I I can't say enough good things about it. It's just really good. Feel like and this is even, like, I feel like I still haven't fully absorbed it yet. Um, but the re-recorded version of, that song that they originally put together for, like, the Cyberpunk soundtrack is really good.
Yeah, that was
Um,
that was a big reason as to why I bought it. I was gonna buy it anyways, but that is a big reason that made me excited for it.
yeah. Um, I was like, "Oh, they took this Converge sounding song and made it sound even more like Converge."
Did you feel this was the most stripped down record they have done in a long time? Like, just
Yeah.
okay, so I wasn't imagining that. That was like the last Full of Hell record was super stripped down in comparison, and,
I think
just
that's
like
like these 2 records are like, we were talking about that on Love Is Not Enough a lot too, was that like, oh, this is kind of their hardcore record, right? Like, it's 30 minutes, it's in and out, but like, uh so that one's like pretty stripped back, but like this somehow even more so. Like, I remember they were talking about how like this was kind of like their noise rock record,
yeah,
um, which like and I'm a huge fan of that stuff, so I think that really worked for it. Pummeling record does not really give you time to breathe.
I, uh,
Like,
I
Love Is Not
want
Enough had that interstitial on it that was, like, just really slow and whatever. This one has an interstitial, but, like, does not slow down the way that Love Is Not Enough does.
I am gonna try to figure out a way to put both records together on a playlist because I feel like and again, let me absorb the aura of Bannon around me while I make this next statement. I let me become the art. I believe that these records are actually, companion records, but they're broken up in a very weird way, and they were put together on, Love Is Not Enough and Hum of Hurt. I feel like these records are companion records, but they're either alternate takes, but they have these songs play off the other, and I wanna figure out how. because I just think that's what they did, but they so whatever they had for the first one, like, oh, we got these other ones that make more sense, and then these can go over it on to Humma Hurt. And I just feel like that's what they did for putting these two. If they put out a third record, I'm probably going to shit my pants in public because all my conspiracy theories are just going to be laid to waste.
You're right. I sorry, you saying I'm gonna shit my pants in public just gave me a mental image of like you leaving your house, seeing the news, and then leaving your house, walking into the middle of the street to just do that.
Gotta keep my word. Commit to the
uh,
bit.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting because like the press release around it like very much frames this as that like they wrote "Love Is Not Enough" and then they were just like, and then they were like, well, and they kept writing and they had another record. Um, I don't know. I mean, I'd be really curious to know what the non-press release version of them writing 2 records in a studio is. Like, because they feel like companion pieces, yes, but they also like they feel like complete works on their own, right? Like, I don't if that makes sense.
It does. Because like, and here's why I think that they're supposed to go together is I think it's the last two Converge records, maybe three. There have been at least a single to an EP plus worth of material that comes later, and it fits in with that record with like Dusk and Us
Mhm.
was I think the biggest one. And then All We Love, I believe, also did it. I think they got a deluxe edition. I think one more might have. I could be off. But when you have that kind of output, even those singles they did like with Drop Dead and stuff like that, I always feel like they have more material that could have just been on another record, or they could have gone a little like they. I feel like they have stuff in the hopper ready to go, and like they don't know what to do with it, and it's just there, and we could be sitting on Jane Doe, you know, number two, and or something is genre shifting and transformative, and they just like, oh yeah, we wrote this like 15 years ago. We were getting pizza, and we just wrote it right there in the pizza restaurant.
Yeah. It it is so cool to see a band like that is like decades into their career and have not embarrassed themselves. Like have not put out like we haven't gotten like a Saint Anger from Converge. And given the length, like given how long they've been a band, you could understand and be forgiving of them shitting out a record they don't care about. Like, and they just haven't done it. Um,
No, they commit to quality, and that is super fucking commendable.
yeah, like, now people have their favorites. Some people like, oh, I didn't like this one as much, but like, I don't think you could, I don't think you can honestly be like, they've put out a bad record. Like, if you're being intellectually honest, like, I think you might say, oh, I didn't particularly care for, you know, All We Love We Leave Behind. It went too far afield from what I want from Converge. That I can understand, though I may not agree with. But like to state that any of their records were bad,
The
like
most the most you
I
could
think you're
really
just
pull,
trying to
yeah, I think like I think you could say, "Oh, they only had $10 to record. The production was bad." I think that's probably the furthest you can go, and I think they're one of a handful of bands you can say that with.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, some of that earlier stuff suffers from, um, bad recording quality, but, like, that's the genre that we find ourselves in.
Yeah. Maybe the recording's bad, but when they
But
play those songs live, you couldn't tell. The musicianship was always there. So that's shout out Converge for putting out 2 records that are gonna be very good and they'll be received by people very differently. But if you put out deluxe edition, I'm gonna be mad. 'Cause I'm gonna have to buy those too. I will be mad if there's deluxe editions of both of these, but, I'll still buy them. I'll still buy 'em. I can't fake
uh
it.
but yeah, I maybe next episode I'll have a more digested take on it, but I I really like it. Um, I'll be listening to it more. Yeah. The summer this record came out, I listened to it the whole time.
I I have not listened to it as much because I was given a very cool homework assignment, and I am very excited to talk
Yes, let's
with this
get
about you because this is like one of your top bands of all time. So I listened to
yeah.
the Chariot. We're gonna go record by record. This is something new we're doing, um, because we're both gonna have different opinions on this. And
Mhm.
full transparency, I wrote the band off after the first LP. I was like, okay, this is cool. Never listened to them again. Never saw them live. So I went into this with like just enough of an open mind to be like, I really should give this another shot. And then I watched the Long Live documentary again before I started this. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to really enjoy going through this. I think this is going to be a big surprise for me. So, all right.
There's some legendary live videos that I should send your way, um, that are worth a watch, from them. In Australia, they got kicked out of a venue they were playing in because someone broke a bowl of fruit that was in the record store that was attached to the venue. And so very stupid. So they go and play some dude's house. And like at one point half the band is on the roof of the house while the other half of the band is inside the house. It is it is insanity. Um
Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
it's so cool. Anyways, but yeah, let's get into it. This is this we were talking about this pre-pro. This was a band that I was like a stan of. It's the only band tattoo that I have. Um, I was like 16-year-old me, 15-year-old me latched on to this band and made it their whole identity. That lasted for like, 5 years, 5 maybe 10 years. Let's be honest, until they broke up. Like from me getting into them until they broke up. Um, a large part of my identity was the Chariot. Um, so yeah, let's talk on this.
Before we do, how many times did you get to see them?
How many times have I seen them? Oh God, I don't know. Um,
That
I
many.
gained.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not. I might be able to sit here and count them since it was like still like relatively early on enough in a show thing, and it was always an event for me. But um, more than likely in the double digits. I just don't know. Um, offhand. I did gain a reputation with them for seeing them I would pop up at their shows all over the place. Um, they knew me as Kate from everywhere. Uh, because I would uh I saw them in Europe when I lived there a few times, um, years apart from each other too. I saw them um in like Rhode Island, saw them in Connecticut, saw them in uh New York, saw them in it. I saw them at Josh's home venue, the one that he used to own, the Seven venue in Douglasville, Georgia.
Oh,
At the
Jesus.
barbecue fest that they used to um have there every year. Um which was super cool. Um are you familiar with the Seven venue?
I know of it. That's about
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it
I
was an
never
old
been in.
it was an old movie theater that got that got uh turned into a music venue, and Josh co-owned it for a while. Yeah. So seen them all over the place.
Oh,
um
yeah. That's like me and Hatebreed when I first started going to shows, but it was just North, South Carolina, but every place they played. Uh, but all right. That's all right. Let's talk the Chariot.
so
I'm very
first
excited to talk.
record, everything is alive, everything is breathing, nothing is dead, nothing is bleeding.
That is Bless the Martyr, Kiss the Child Part 2. You can't change my mind. It's fucking great.
Yeah. Uh yeah. It I think it is a more refined version of what Josh did on Bless the Martyr. He like reined in some of the more ridiculous parts on that record. Uh you know, there's one song on that record is 8 minutes long. Another one on Bless the Martyr is like 16 minutes long. And it's like the 60-minute long song is in the middle. Uh,
Uh, the way it was recorded, direct to tape, one take.
yes,
That
lots of feedback, like really raw. Um, it feels like it sounds like a panic attack. Like,
that's a great way to describe it.
yeah, uh,
And then came down as my favorite track, or was my favorite track of theirs for a long time. When we get to some of the other stuff, you're gonna hear what the song that is competing for that. But that is one of the longest break. That's one of the longest breakdowns I think that ever came out of the 2000s, and that
it's brutal. Uh,
uh. Again, I'm kicking myself for never having seen them, especially when that record came out. Um, because that's when I probably would have been into them. I was probably into them the most at that point. But I think that one is up there with Bless the Martyr, and it does not get talked about as enough. So, at least in the bigger zeitgeist. So,
yeah, yeah. If people talk about like that first Norma Jean record, and like, and understandably, do not talk about the rest of their catalog, but it's like, and I'm like, I always want to be like, okay, but the Chariot existed. Like, what are you talking about? And like maybe people don't maybe people don't think about bands this way, but I'm like, you got the main songwriter went and did a different band. Like, if you want more of that, go listen to that thing that he did. Um, but it's not called Norma Jean. Correct.
different things
I don't
called
know.
different things.
Yeah. Um.
I have
Anyways,
nothing. I have nothing else to say about that record. It
and then
it is fantastic.
yeah. Um. A solid listen. And then up next we have Unsung. Now, Unsung was kind of did two things. Um, one, they switched drummers.
Oh, I did
after.
not.
So one was like sort of showing off the new drummer's chops, and two was giving a more like kind of a more polished sound to a couple of the tracks from the first record, along with there's like one song that only went on that EP and another one that would go on to be on the next record, The Fiance.
Uh, I did not know they switched drummers. I was like, didn't I just hear a couple of these songs? So,
Yep.
um, so that record realistically is it's a bridging record, and now while it's not my favorite, it's not my least favorite. That I wish more bands would do that. Uh, I wish more
Yeah.
bands they switch up a major player in the band. Do and that could be just a digital EP. That could be like just a couple, like a handful of songs. But if more bands did that, that's probably the biggest thing I like about the record because I already heard the version of the songs that I liked. The songs that were going to be on the Fiance, which we'll get to next. Uh, Good precursor, but
Yeah.
I that is the completionists record. That's what I'll say about on the song.
Yeah. Uh, I think so. Um, it it holds an outsized place in my head because it was. I was talking about this with my partner earlier, but there's like I don't know if your brain works this way too, but um, the first thing like there's the record that exists when you first get into a band, like whatever your entry point is, that record. The first thing that come out after that holds like it. I think at least in my head, like an outsized place in their discography. Um, does that make sense?
Uh, Kind of like how like I was introduced to Poison the Well when they were still when Dwayne was still in the band, and I thought that was a
Hmm.
really cool EP. And then the record opposite comes out. I feel this. I feel the same way because it was big shift, big change.
It was the new one after you
Yeah,
got into them,
yeah.
you know, and that was unsung for me. Um I s- I remember getting it when it came out. I think I got it a couple days early because like uh local place where I would grab CDs would like no one bought anything there, so like they didn't really pay attention to um release dates. They just put it on the shelf when they got it in.
It's awesome.
So but yeah, a good bridge record. I think if you're doing it, I definitely, yeah, the completionist thing makes a lot of sense. And then, so next up is the Fiance. By this point, they had had a full lineup change.
This was a slog for me.
Really,
Yes. I
this
thought
record is like the record for a lot of people. It's like yeah, but the Fiance. Um, I don't feel that way. Um, it also has some of that like it's the new record thing, and I definitely wore it out. Like I wore it out when it came out. I know it front to back. I know it, but it um so it's a little hard for me to be objective about, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
first three, maybe four songs. This should have been an EP. Without being
Hmm.
mean, this should have been an EP.
Yeah. Some of the slower stuff on there I don't think holds up as well. I'm still annoyed to this day that it's only 9 tracks because track 10 is that sacred harp singing. Like it was cool when the one song goes into that at the end, but having the last track just be more.
Uh, Least favorite. I found it a slog. I said first three, maybe four songs. I'll say first three for sure. Should have been an EP. Uh, sorry, fellas. It's I will
The claim to fame on this one is that Haley Williams is on track 5, I want to say. This
cool. Is that like it just mm, mm, did not care for it. Uh, I will probably never listen to that one again if we're being honest. That is my lowest rated one. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think I would. I don't know. I Again, it is so hard for me to be objective here.
I know.
But what didn't you like about it?
So, and the next record does also do this, but it does it in a way that's not as frustrating to listen. Um, this is that time in hardcore where every band or a lot of bands were doing that southern rock hardcore, southern rock
Mhm.
metalcore. I'd heard enough of it. Uh, I think every time I die somehow from being from fucking Buffalo, New York, somehow nailed that
Did it
sound. Uh,
did it the best for sure.
And I was just like, "All right, I know what this man is capable of putting out there." I just heard the last record. I just heard the last full length. The EP, I was like, I was getting primed for something significantly bigger and, you know, we did 3 takes. You know what I mean? I was really that's what I was thinking it was gonna be, and, like, I was only let down, but I was like, "This is boring," and I know they're not a boring band. It just did nothing for me. Uh, so that's where I am with the fiance. I'm sure someone's gonna come for me. It's fine. Don't worry. You're gonna not hate me by the end of this, I promise, because it's gonna get real weird.
So, next up is Wars and Rumors of Wars.
Best
They
album
had
best album title from their entire discography, first of all.
It's a great album title. Um, by this point, they had undergone another lineup change, and this lineup would stay like everyone besides the bass player um had left. Um, and so this is a fresh lineup for this record, Wars and Rumors of Wars, and it it's gonna end up staying pretty. People, every once in a while, if you poke around on Reddit, someone will mention like Josh must be such a difficult guy to deal with. Like, look at all the lineup changes. Um, like the lineup for the Chariot was pretty tumultuous in the first couple of years, um, but after Wars, it more or less stabilized. And this lineup puts out this record and the next two, um, with like one or two changes.
This is what I wanted the follow-up LP to be. Okay, this they straight up. Um, Now this is more of a botchy hardcore record with some
Hmm.
of those riffs.
Yeah,
This is where it goes back from being just a slog to all right, now you've got my attention again. This is now way more interesting. You're doing weirder timing stuff. You're starting to do more stuff with your vocals. You're starting to pull more little elements in between songs. It's now becoming a band that they go, this if nobody had heard of this band before and then you had to give an intro record, this might be the one I'd recommend, but this is where they start getting interesting again. Um, the production on the record, I didn't care for. That's my biggest complaint. I just didn't like the production, but the songs were great. Uh, I
yeah.
wish I could have seen this live.
I remember seeing the song. I remember when at that show when I saw them at the venue in Douglasville. um, they debuted that song "Daggers," the where it ends. It's got that part like "War is only skin deep," and it blew my fucking mind. It was so cool.
Yeah, this is still not my favorite record, but like it it reignited my like my want to keep going because I knew I still had two more,
Mhm.
and I got halfway through this. This we were starting messaging back and forth. I was like, all right, I'm because I'd gone through the fiance again. God, it was a rough listen. Sorry, but then I put, but then I put this on like right after it, no break, and I went, okay, it's back to being interesting again. It's still got other elements uh, from previous records, but they made it interesting. And I think like the production really hurt this record. If I was not in a big cabin from the vehicle I'm driving around, where I could get amazingly almost Bose quality sound on everything I
Mm,
listen to. Uh,
that's cool.
it's not even Bose. I don't know how it works, but God, it works. This record, if the production was better, I think would have been a lot bigger sounding, like it should have been. I think this is a great return to form, and like I said, it was not boring. It became interesting again. And I was like, all right, now I'm excited to see what you can really do. So I liked this one a lot.
I weirdly enough, I don't remember liking this record as much as I wanted to when it first came out. Um, However, just for whatever reason, it didn't connect with me. I think part of that may have been the production, if I'm thinking about it. Um, there were certain parts I just wanted to hit harder than they did on record, than they
Yes,
did live. You know what I mean? Um, but in the long arc of history, I think this is become one of my favorites from them. Um,
this is the era I wish I could have seen them live the most, just because they still had the first LP. I don't know if they were playing anything off it at this point, but this record, like this one made me want to move. Like that, this one I really enjoyed.
their set list always contained a pretty good mix across the discography.
So, but this one I really liked. To me, it suffered from the production. Um, the stuff they played live in the Long Live, uh, the two songs they played in that I recognized sounded so much better live and so much fuller. And I think
Yeah,
that's what hurt them on that record. But songwriting, lyrically, vocally, interesting. They're stepping it back up. Good. The kind of record like, okay, good. They're that they're getting it together. So that one
yeah.
was I
Well,
really
and
enjoyed yours.
I think you're hitting on something too that um, and there's something we talked a bit about when we went in on 68, but um, both 68 and the Chariot were both bands that like the records never really captured what it was like. Um, it just w- not like the way that it sounded and the energy and stuff like that. Like, not that you can capture a live show on record, you know, and all of the stuff that comes with it. But like, um, you see what I'm getting at, right? Like, there's just even though even the stuff that you may like more, like there was still always a like, well, but it's you haven't seen it. It like it's just not the same as it is live. Um,
Like I said, this record made me want to see it live. Bummed. I again, I can't believe I never got to see them because I figure at this point with this record, they're touring with bands I would have seen anyways. I figured they would have
yeah,
been on
I'm
package
surprised you
store.
didn't see them just incidentally.
Yeah, like because they were everywhere, but I never got a chance to see them. So I feel like this would be the one. Like, yo, this is awesome. Now I'm a fan. I'm back in it. But let's move on to the next record.
So next up is Long Live. Um, this might be my favorite. record
Now
from them.
there's two versions of this record on Spotify that I listen to. There's a regular edition, but I went for the 10-year anniversary edition. Now,
So
I
the only thing that's different to my ear between the two, because I don't think they did anything to the production. There's just two tracks that were originally at the very end that were originally on 7-inch that they put out.
all right. So
And one of
this
those
record
songs is a different take of a song that's on the record.
so this one has my second favorite song, "The City."
Yes.
Hearing him lose his goddamn mind near the very end reminded me of "Bless the Martyr," but also the first LP, and this felt like a confessional from start to finish. This was the production was where I personally wanted to hear the band. Uh, the chaos was there, the control was there. This
Hmm.
was like the first 6 tracks I could probably listen to over and over and over again, and I'd be like, "All right, that's cool." The rest of it is still good, but, like, "All right, that's all I need from this record." But it was like,
The
"Oh, this is a moment for this band. This is the energy that I love from metalcore, as a genre." This was this was fucking hype, as the kids say. This was great.
Yeah, the man. Um, they had a hoodie with the full text of that monologue, for lack of a better word, that Josh goes into on the city, printed on the back of it, and I didn't get it for whatever reason, and I'm still so mad. Like,
Um,
if you ever see that hoodie, like, out there, I need it. That's all I'll say. But yeah.
this, this is also where I consider them at their most Dillinger-esque.
Mm, that
And
first track is, like, just noisecore. That it is like it is an assault.
I so because again, I watched that documentary. It's the closest I've come to seeing them live. And they're throwing their instruments around, and then they're becoming unhinged in the performance. That's this entire record for me. Uh, it's when I'm listening to it, and I can put my cats in the background, being the players, and they're still throwing the instruments around just how I would expect them to live. It's this is the this is the fun record. This is the fun record. It's very good. Um, it yeah, the city, like every band, usually on every release that a band puts out, everyone has their one or two songs. Uh, the city, I'm sure that is a lot of people's the Chariot song for them, and this
Yeah,
one fucking captured me. Like that made me want to keep going. And I was like, oh shit, first 6 tracks, this bangs.
yeah. Um, this this song, this record has like the city and then David D. LaHaas are like
That's right
the
after it,
two.
right?
I think so. Yeah, it's the one with the spoken word piece on it.
Yeah, I think that's one right after.
Um, they put out a music video for that where they recorded the everything live in one take, like music included. Like it's not overdubbed or anything. It rules. Um, yeah, I think th- this. I believe when Josh would do like a Chariot thing with 68, like he was covering some. Like I think he covered the city at as 68 at Furnace Fest.
I would not have recognized that at the time. So
Um, I'm pretty sure there's a video of it, but man, this record's really good. This is the one I would hand people if they want to like, what's the Chariot about? This is the one I would give them. Um,
Same.
I I can't think of, like, it's the most, like, quintessentially the Chariot thing that I think that they put out.
Like, so we've done 3 of the 4 LPs. If you're a Bless the Martyrhead, the first record, and you don't like anything after that first record, you put those 2 together, uh, you have what you want. If you want the hardcore record, you got, Wars. And if you want the fun record where they really just fucking go all in, you want Long Live. And
Yeah.
it this could have been their last release. And I'd be like, that's the high note that you're going out on. I understand.
Yeah. Um, brings us to their final record, um, one that I think may have gotten overshadowed by the fact that they announced that they were breaking up shortly after they announced, like, shortly, I think, if I'm remembering the timeline right, like, they had already announced that they were breaking up by the time this record was coming out.
I'm going to agree because I'm sure if I log into Lamb Goat, I can find it.
Um, yeah. Um, I I'll draw a distinction here. Like, while Long Live might be my favorite record from them, One Wing might be their best record
All right, let's talk about it. Uh,
to
one,
me.
all right. So the thing that I'm gonna get the negatives out of the way first. Gotta get the negatives out of the way. Uh, I don't like the art.
I am also not a fan of the cover art for this. A lot of people really loved it, but it just didn't ever do anything for me. Um,
The album title, I kept on calling it The Wing because like it's not a memorable title.
yeah. Um, Long Live, clever title. Uh, One Wing, not so much. And
No,
Josh is good at being clever with titling things. So,
it's
yeah.
so those are my complaints about it. Now, this did not move me as much as Long Live. However, uh, first 2 songs, very cool. They're starting to get weird. You're starting to hear 68. What you're starting to hear the
Mhm.
precursor to 68. Then the girl that sings the song about the B song that goes into the song after that, then goes to the song after that, then the song after that. Again, you got I think it's 5 or 6 tracks in a row that are showing like, stuff they like maybe they didn't want to do, but you're getting the precursor to 68. You're getting a lot of different musical genres thrown into this. And
That song that ends with like, just like a Western theme
yes,
song.
yes, that shit was great. I
I
really love that.
I remember listening to that for the first time, and I was like, "This fucking rules." And then there was the whip crack, and I was like, "This is incredible."
It's
Like, um, yeah, really good.
um I didn't know about the announcement of them breaking up, and Silas is literally right behind me. Like he's pushing against me. He wants his chair back. Dad is recording. You can't tell. Maybe you can see. Can you see his little head? He's hiding
A little
behind my
bit.
hoodie. He knows what I'm doing. Um, this was a really cool end to a very storied, very chaotic, probably 10 years for a band. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, 2003 to 2013. Exactly 10
it,
years.
it is probably their best written record from if you like music as theory, if you like music as weird composition, just and stuff that normally wouldn't have it, then this is going to be your Chariot record. This was this was just a cool way to end their time, and
Yeah.
it is a standout for its own reasons. It is not uh, bad. Other than that fucking cover art, Jesus Christ, and the album title. Again, my two negatives. I got to make sure that I say it a couple times so people realize I'm not joking. I'm not that they would take that anyways, but the uh, first 5 6 tracks on that, the western part, the girls singing the old timey song about bees, uh, just
That's
everything
actually
that
a callback to The Fiancé.
is it really?
Mhm. Yeah, the busy, busy bees walking to and fro, is a line from the first single, I think, from The Fiancé that came out.
Well, I like this much more than that entire record. I um I feel like there were some other callbacks to some of the other stuff from the first record and a little bit of Norma Jean for Bless the Martyr. There's some weird angular guitar riffs that pop up very quickly. Um, but as music as a theory, that is this record. It goes in so many different directions and it's still kept together. It's a cool way for them to end as a band. And even if people didn't listen to it or check it out for one reason or another, uh, I would just hand them like the first 6 songs, the Chariot, and I would put last LP and just hand it to them on a blank
Mm.
CD, and they go, "Oh, this is fucking great. What's the album called? Don't worry about it. Just love it." So, uh,
I mean, and even further on in that record, like, it ends with the full speech from The Dictator, the Charlie Chaplin film, and it works. And it's not like, I wasn't mad at it. And, like, that those sort of samples and that sort of stuff, like, I mean, I'm obviously biased here, but, like, I think that worked really well. Like, it was really cool.
like I said, this was the precursor to what eventually would become 68 with its
Yeah,
weirdness and its experimentation and like look at it like, oh, I've done this style of music for forever. What if I fucked with it a whole bunch? And
mhm,
uh this was like I said, if Everything Is Alive is competing with Long Live for number one, this is even I put those two equal as number one. This is the second favorite record. I did not expect to like it. Uh, uh, Wars, then the EP, and then the Fiance is how I would rank their records. Uh, Very enjoyable journey, even when like part of it was very frustrating for me. Uh,
sure.
I genuinely wish I had seen them, even inadvertently. I really wish I would have seen them. Um, I would have loved to have seen them on the first LP, obviously, because that was still fresh from the Norma Jean Love was still fresh. I would have loved to have seen them on Wars just because it would be fun. But I think Long Live and Final Show, even if this wasn't being played, I know she came up and sang the song for the final show, but uh, Long Live is so good. And that's why it's up there with Everything Is Alive for me. And uh, One Wing, best musicianship of the entire run as a band. Undeniable. Weirdest record. I got if you could do a record weird and make it good, you're gonna have me listening regardless of genre. So
Yeah.
overall,
Make it weird, but make it good.
overall, an enjoyable jump through a band that, and again, we've talked about this with other bands that have had major sound changes.
Mhm.
they did not fall victim to getting stuck in a rut. And some bands end up doing that. Some bands can write a very similar record over and over and over again. That's most of hardcore. Not many of them can do it in a way that's good or fresh every single time. And even your favorite meat and potatoes hardcore band, if they can't write the same record over and over without it getting boring, and uh, I think whatever was in the writing process when they were putting those songs together, I think it was, well, we've done this. Let's try this now. I think we can do this better. And it shows. So for the Chariots,
'Cause I
if you
think
have,
I think the band knew themselves that they were breaking up while they were making that record, and I think it shows in the sort of fearlessness of, like, why not end it with what sounds like the theme from a Western?
it
Like, like
it this is a very fun journey. You get to see living in the shadow of your previous work, slogging through what everyone else is doing, and coming out the other end with something very good and very memorable, and ending it on your own terms, which pretty good story arc if you're writing a novel. Pretty good movie if you're watching a movie. So I'm really stoked I got to do that. And I told you I was gonna be critical of shit, like pre-pro and leading up to it. So I really did uh not listen because I know how much you love the Chariot. So I really did not give the Converge record or 100 Demons or much anything else much of a listen. I was like, all right, I'm really going to commit to this. And I've committed to all the other ones, obviously, but this one I know is very special for you. So
I
I will commit, and I really enjoyed it. So kids, check out at least 3 records from the Chariot. You're gonna love it.
please. Yeah. Um, I appreciate the thoughtfulness for sure. Thank you. That's really cool.
Well,
Um, yeah. Man, a band that still has fans to this day, and, as much as I would love to see them live again, I have nothing but the utmost respect for Josh saying, like, "No, that was for a time, and it is no more." Um, I I think that is I think that's really admirable. Um, and it allows me to, it allows, at least for me, like, it gets to stay as this, like, halcyon thing in my youth, and I don't have to, like, I don't tripping over my words here, but, um, yeah, listen to the records, watch some live videos. Um,
yes, I'm excited to see that house show video. That sounds wild. That sounds
dude, it
great.
is insanity. Um, yeah, I'll send that your way. Look that up. Um, yeah, but anything else to add? Anything else to say?
I gotta assign your homework.
Please do.
All right, so I'm going to start for my homework assignments that I give out. I'm gonna try to not give super dense discographies of like millions of records. Like I was like, let's do the mono discography, do the enemy discography, go do the integrity discography. Like full like
Yo, the integrity discography
the entire
intimidates
one,
me.
all of it. Get the demos. You gotta listen to the demos. Do the entire AFI discography. Watch the changes. But for this one, before we start delving into some of these like true I'll even say this is probably the first like we've talked about doing the sell me on a band idea, and this was
Mhm.
kind of like the proto sell me on a band, and that's why I thought going record for record, plus you having working knowledge of it better than I do, again, just being straight up about it, made it a lot easier. S-
This band was my hyper focus as like an undiagnosed ADHD kid for years. So
So I want to make sure that like when I do, I'm trying to keep discography small. Uh, it can be rough doing that, but you know, in another group chat that we're in, I asked a very specific question, like, "Where are y'all with your homework assignment?" Um, it's a very emotional band for me, uh,
okay.
which is weird because, like, you know, robot, part robot, and because I want to be taken care of when our overlords come, but I've never been able to see this band until I got to see them at Furnace Fest, which was not the best setting for me to say. I want to see them in a small, intimate space. Just didn't happen multiple times. I couldn't do it for one reason or another. But I still will call them age appropriate adult pop punk, even though
Mhm.
that's not exactly what they are. I'm giving you Spanish love songs.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to this. This is a band that's been on my radar for a while. Um, my buddy Kevin, shout out Kevin, who was like, "Hey, you really love the Menzingers. You would really like Spanish love songs." And I was like, "Copy." At 100% acknowledged, listened, and then like for whatever reason did not find myself going back to. Um, I'm looking forward to this. This will be good. I want I like I I like the age appropriate. Um, as much as I love challenging music, music that is like can be punishing, sometimes I want music that is nice.
This is there to give a precursor. There's a lot of emotion behind Brave. So Schmaltz, I'll say right now, I don't really care for it. It's fine. That's how I feel about the first LP. Spanish love songs fans can keep mad at me. Um, Brave Faces, everyone, I feel will eventually be a modern classic in the adjacent core world. Uh, No Joy is a big shift, and then the EP whose name escapes me, it's literally right to my right. I could grab it. I'm just not going to. Uh, is more like Brave Faces. There's a couple different versions of Brave Faces. Don't worry about the one that has the remixed versions, or I think the acoustic ones. Just the regular one. Um, it there's some good there's some very good songs on there, and I believe Ian Sheldon, from Military Gun fame, directed Beachfront Property, the video, and that's actually
Oh,
how I
cool.
found them. So I found the video, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I searched for it. It was sold out everywhere. I didn't know how big they were at the time. I eventually got a copy of it, and then I got a special edition copy of it with the slip mat and everything from Merch Limited. Where are you now, Merch Limited? We need you more than ever. And I miss Merch Limited. And then No Joy came out, and then the new EP. They played 2 songs at Furnace Fest, but it was very cool finally getting a chance to see them. I hope to get to see them again. I hope they have a new LP come out soon because
So, what is the name of the EP?
let me see if I can actually get to it. Yeah, I am digging for it right now. It is called A Brief Intermission in the Flattening of Time. I really did have it right next to me. I was too lazy to grab it because I couldn't fucking remember it. Uh,
I'm adding all this stuff to my Apple Music. So we got that EP, we got No Joy, we got Brave Faces Everyone, Schmaltz, Little Giants, and Giant Sings the Blues.
um, the ones that I have not listened to. Maybe I have listened to Giants Sings the Blues. But Schmaltz was really the big kickoff for them as a band. I think
Okay.
the other records were on the independent label. I'd give them a listen, But for me, my core records are going to be Schmaltz to the EP, the most recent one.
Okay.
Who I literally just sat it down. I can't remember the name. Uh, Flattening Time, Flat Earth Society, but it is. I'd listen to them, but I think they really you can skip it. But again, I'm trying to keep some discographies a little smaller, but uh, you'll probably tear through Schmaltz pretty quick. The other ones, I guarantee there's gonna be tracks you're gonna be like, what, what, what? Oh, oh, that hits my heartstrings. Fuck. So
I do like music that makes me feel things. Um, that's why I was a big fan of the Menzingers for so long. Was that band will make you feel stuff.
yeah, and I can never say their name right, no matter what, but it's okay.
The
Uh,
Menzingers. It's
yeah,
a weird word that I don't know. I don't know what it means or where it's from. I could probably Google it, but I won't.
yeah. We say that we're uninformed for a reason. It's for the love of the game. But no, I think that'll be a very cool one. I'm working on my next couple, uh, and I think sometime we'll have to do the deep dive on the cellmate. I know there's some discographies that like I know you're chomping at the bit to give me. Like Me Without You, that was a big one, but I really, really enjoyed it. Uh I will eventually buy them on vinyl because I think I have to at this point. The Maddock, I will get that as well. I'm excited to own that all their records. It's very cool. Um, I forget what else you assigned me, but and the Chariot. But those three are the standouts. Oh, Uniform,
Um,
Uniform.
yeah. That was the most challenging thing I think I've thrown your way.
I like to feel things too. Depression by noise is not one of them. Just a wall of sad, angry sound. Ugh.
Do you want to know what mental illness sounds like? It
Yes,
sounds
there we
like
go.
the band Uniform.
But yeah, I'm stoked to get your opinions on it. We'll have more about happenings and the next time we record. Kind of let the internet not be as hot for a minute. Kind of
Yeah.
let it simmer down now.
No, there's been plenty of discourse around fruit and costumes, and we don't need two more people that look like us commenting on it yet. We'll let it chill out. Uh,
So, and I hope, and I mean this with all sincerity. I hope nothing happens in hardcore this week. I hope nothing else happens. Everybody takes a fucking breather.
yeah. Oh, there might be a new contender. There's a video of looks like the dude from Candy trying to wrestle his bike back from some guy that stole it.
That just seems like good old fashioned American fun, as far as I'm concerned. I think that's probably. I think that's okay. Send me that footage. I would love to, or send me a link to the story. I want to know what Candy new record, please. Jesus Christ, you're interesting, and people don't care enough about you, and I think that's unfair. And I want you to win.
I want Candy to win so bad. That EP that we got was so good.
Every
Um,
I don't think they've had a bad another band has not had a bad release. They've had weird shit. You're like, I didn't know that's what you're doing. All right. But overall, uh, a hardcore band that needs more people behind them. Please put them on the right tours so they can be seen by everybody.
um, oh god, we gotta talk about this off air. Sorry, I just opened up Reddit to send you that link before I forgot about it, and then the very first thing I saw is a thing we can talk about not on the air.
All right.
All right. Well, I've been Kate.
Whether you like it or not, I'm still at.
God damn it. I keep opening up this podcast thing, hoping to see some other person on the other side there, and every goddamn time.
I'll get one of the cats to talk one of these days. Silas is going to be the other person, maybe Lola, and they'll just talk. I guarantee you might get more emotion from some of them.
All right. Well, take care. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you.
We do.
Go hug your friends and go to a
Pet a
hardcore
cat.
show. Pet a cat. Go to a hardcore show.
Listen to new things.
Bye.
Bye.